Yes, God family, what up? Yes, God. Let me close this door. Yes, God, yes, God, yes, God. Thank you for tapping that screen, y'all. How's everybody going? How's everyone doing? It is Sunday evening. Yes, God family. Can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure everybody can hear me because we're going to jump right in. Yes, God. Hey, Lisa. Yes, 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 God family. Want to make sure everybody can hear me. Yes, God. Okay, I'm seeing hearts. I'm seeing hearts on Instagram. What's up, TikTok? Can y'all hear me too? Is anybody in the room or y'all just peeking from the hallway? Yes, God. Yes, God family. I was not going to let the day go without going live, baby. Yes, God. Okay, we can hear. Good, 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 good. Okay, I'm going to turn down my Sunday service choir, honey, because they be getting me right, okay? I am happy to report that I am feeling much, much, much better today. Yes, God. I have been speaking life and health and abundance over my cells, over my body, over my immune system. And I've been getting plenty of rest, getting plenty of liquids, plenty of fluids and vitamins. And I am feeling amazing in comparison to the other morning when I was kind of feeling the type of way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Sunday evening, everybody. Thank you for tapping that screen. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. Today, I'm going to be talking about laziness, okay? And I'm going to be talking about laziness in terms of what the true laziness that's holding us back is, okay? And it's not the lack of effort. It's not the lack of discipline. It's not the lack of work with our hands and our actions. It's actually the laziness of our mind and our thinking. Yes, God. Thank you for tapping that screen. Yes, 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 God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Sunday evening, everybody. Yes, God. I normally come on in the mornings, but my schedule's a little off. I am out of town at my girlfriend's house, so I wanted to make sure that I still carved out some time to come on. I made sure and waited till the game was over so that people could be available. But I hope that you are having a beautiful, amazing, fantastic Sunday, regardless of whether you're into sports or not. And I want to share some good information. Yes, God. You're nearing the limit of recorded music, then be okay. I turned the music off. Relax, IG. Just relax, okay? I'm happy to say that Sunday Service Choir does not give copyright strikes because I was playing them on another video, and when I uploaded it to YouTube, it said it was a copyright, but it said that this owner allows people to use it. So shout out to Kanye for that. Yes, God, I am on tonight. I am on. And yes, God. So for those of you who may not know me, my name is Megan. I am the founder and CEO of Yes God Wellness, which is a holistic health company dedicated to the mind, body, spirit connection and dedicated to helping you remember that you have God living on the inside of you. So you are already perfect, whole, and complete. Yes, God. I love the way you speak. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for continuing to tap that screen, y'all. Let the algorithm know that you like what I'm talking about. Let other people know that you like what I'm talking about so they can come in the room and get this good news too. Okay. So when we hear the word laziness, typically we think about not doing enough, right? We think about, okay, we're not doing enough. We're not taking enough action. We're not putting enough energy forth. We're not being disciplined, okay, with our actual actions. But what I want to share with us is that the lazy mind is actually the culprit, okay? It's not for lack of doing. It's for lack of right thinking, okay? And that's what we're going to discuss tonight. What is right thinking, okay? Right thinking first starts with awareness of what it is that we're thinking. We go to school for so many years, right? And we are taught all of these things that we're supposed to know and remember and learn, right? But none of these things actually teach us how to think. Okay, we have been trained and programmed that things are about right and wrong. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is the right answer. This is the way you solve this problem, right? But what about the actual other thoughts? What about the other 70,000 plus thoughts that we have going through our mind all day? Thank you. I'm glad that you love this topic. I'm glad that y'all continue to tap that screen too. It shows me that you're listening and that you're engaged with what I'm sharing. Yes, God. I'm going to be taking moments to sip my tea because I am in the process of witnessing my body have a miraculous healing and witnessing my amazing immune system do what it was designed to do. Yes, God, because we've all been given these beautiful bodies that know exactly what to do. So we have been trained that laziness is about action. When in reality, hi, I'm glad you're here, Miss Pachi. I'm glad you're new here and that you hopefully will stay here and stick around. So thank you for continuing to tap the screen, IG. Yes, God. So laziness of mind, okay, is the true culprit for why we are not living the lives that we want to live and why we are not feeling fulfilled and successful and accomplished, okay? Because the thing is that even when you do accomplish certain things in the world, right, what you'll find a lot of times is that you still don't feel fulfilled. You still don't have inner peace. And you know, this bill of goods that we were sold of, you know, once you have these things checked off, once you have the family, once you have the partner, once you have the house, once you have the car, once you have the number in your bank account, then you'll be happy. And what a lot of us have found as we have navigated those things in life and accomplished those things and achieved those things is that we still weren't happy, right? We still didn't feel fulfilled. We still didn't have inner peace. Why? Because our thinking has never been in alignment with our true identity, which is that of God. Okay, so we all are divine reflections and mirrors of God. I'm washing dishes using my hands, loving the topic. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so right thinking has to do with the way that we perceive ourselves, the way that we conceive of ourselves in our mind. Many of us are walking around judging ourselves against a template that is outdated and that is based on external validation and external proof of the fact that we are worthy, whole, enough, and valuable. I love your content so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you love my content. I'm so grateful that I can be a vessel for God's voice to come into the world. That has been my intention, and I have really surrendered. My business initially started as really focusing on womb wellness, and that has naturally, organically evolved into God consciousness, which is, if I had to sum up my brand in a word or a phrase, it would be that God consciousness, right? Being conscious of the fact that we are vessels for God, okay? And identifying as vessels for God, identifying as God. All right. Yes, we are a vessel. It is beautiful to hear you speak. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, you helped change the way I pray. Yes, God, I'm so grateful. Right, because it even tells us in scripture that praying with expectancy, okay? We're not here to beg and plead and hope and wish. We are here to show thanksgiving in advance for the things that we want to experience, okay? We're not here to be begging and wishing and hoping. We're here to be thanking God in advance for the things that we wish to see materialize in our circumstance, all right? And that requires a mindfulness, a taking control of the mind, not being lazy in the mind, okay? And so we have 70,000 plus thoughts in our mind that go through all day long. And unfortunately, most of us are just kind of following those thoughts. Thank you, TikTok. Join my fan club. I don't even know what that means, but thank you for continuing to tap that live. We're already at over 100K likes here. Thank you for tapping the live over on IG too. Thank you. We are vessels for God. Yes, God. Exactly. So we are all vessels for God, right? And so what that requires from us as a vessel for God is to surrender the ego mind. Okay, that ego mind that has 70,000 plus thoughts running through us all day, its whole purpose is to restrict us, to keep us small, to control us, to lead us away from our divine purpose. Okay, and that doesn't mean the mind is evil inherently. It just means that it is in opposition to our true divine nature. So when we realize that and we know that, now we have to take control of it. Now we have to be mindful of it. So when we witness those thoughts coming through and they cause something in our nervous system to be triggered and to be upset and anxious and depressed, we can say, okay, wait a minute, hold on. The mind's trying to lead me right now. The mind is trying to take me down the rabbit hole. The mind is trying to have me consider worst case scenario. We're going to take a pause. We're going to take a deep breath. I'm going to be present in this moment. I'm going to be present in this breath. I am going to thank God for the breath that I am able to take. I didn't have to earn that breath. I didn't have to pay for that breath. I didn't have to buy that breath. Okay. So what that tells us is the most very important part of our existence, which is the breath that we breathe and the heart that is beating in our chest. Those things cannot be bought. Those things cannot be earned. Okay. So that gives you a clue about the other, abundance in your life. Okay. It's a pattern, right? Or pattern recognition. Okay. So if I don't have to earn my breath and I don't have to pay for my heartbeat, maybe I don't have to earn and pay for the other gifts that are given to me, because maybe they're just given to me by grace. Maybe I'm just a recipient of it because I'm a child of God. Maybe I'm already worthy because I'm a child of God. Maybe I'm a recipient of wholeness, perfectness, enoughness because I'm a child of God, not because I have to earn it, not because I have to prove my worthiness for it. Okay. And if I repeat myself a couple times, it's just because my IG kind of goes out and I want to make sure my IG folks are hearing that. All right. So I'm going to repeat that again because I want to make sure. Thank you for continuing to tap that love button. When we use pattern recognition and we recognize the fact that we have been granted the most valuable gifts that we have in our lives because of grace and not because we had to earn them, not because we had to buy them, not because we had to prove we were worthy of them, in our breath, in our heartbeat, perhaps that also means that all of the other things that we desire for ourselves don't need to be earned, don't need to be bought, don't need to be paid for. Perhaps I can just recognize that when I put my attention on gratitude for what I do have, perhaps I will be granted those things by grace as well. And the way it works is through what we are giving our consciousness and our awareness to. Okay. And this takes discipline of mind, not discipline of action. Okay. This is not about what you're doing with your hands. It's not about how often you're working out. It's not about what you're eating every day. It is about staying aware and staying diligent about watching the thoughts that are running through your mind all day. This is the discipline that it's needed. It's a mental discipline. It's not a physical discipline. So being mentally disciplined enough to witness the mind and the way that it tries to pull us down a rabbit hole of despair and recalibrating ourselves. And because the more that we can begin to witness the mind, the more that we can begin to direct and guide the mind. Okay. Thank you so much, TikTok, we're over 2K likes, y'all. Yes, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, IG family, for continuing to like and tap as well. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sippy sip. So when we can begin to be aware of the mind, okay? Be aware of the things that are coming out of our mouth. Be aware of the ways in which we are speaking from a place that we no longer want to experience anymore, right? We talked about this yesterday. Is our speech in alignment with what it is that we want to experience, or is our speech in alignment with what we want to get away from? Okay. It's very important to make sure that your speech is in alignment with what you are trying to, where the direction that you're trying to move in. So for example, I had a little cold, a little issue come up. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, I'm so sick. Oh my God, I don't feel good. Oh my God, da, da, da. Even though those things may be true in the moment, I'm going to filter my words because I understand the creative power in them. And I am going to say, I love how quickly I'm able to recover. I love how strong my immune system is. I love how resilient my body is. Okay. I'm going to speak in the direction of where I want to go versus where I don't want to be anymore. And this takes discipline of the mind. Okay. It takes diligence of the mind. And this is why I say lazy mind is a culprit for why we are not where we want to be in life, because we really have to be mindful, be aware at all times. What is our mind telling us? What are we allowing the mind to tell us that is then coming out of our mouths? Okay. Yes, God, TikTok, my flash goals and all my things. Thank you so much, Nyla, for encouraging everybody to keep tapping that live. Exactly. Speak those things as not as if they were. Exactly. And speak those things as not as if they were, with gratitude and thanksgiving. Okay, expressing a lot of gratitude. The prayers that I've had that have been going viral, the rampages that I've been having that are going viral, they are speaking from a place of thanksgiving. Okay, they are speaking from a place of excitement and enthusiasm. Gratitude is so magnetic. How do I get a God shirt? You go to my website, yesgodwellness.com. I have the shirts there. I have the earrings there. I have the yoni steaming herbs there. Also, excuse me, for all of my women who are here in this live, yoni steaming was for me personally the catalyst that allowed me to connect to the God within myself. Okay. I thought I was going to yoni steaming just to heal my womb and heal postpartum. What I didn't realize was that I was actually connecting to my divine higher self that lived within me. And it allowed me to start processing my traumas. It allowed me to start being aware of traumas that I had been suppressing. It allowed me to start taking accountability for myself and witnessing myself as the common denominator in all of the patterns that kept emerging in my life that I was not happy with. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got the website, yesgodwellness.com, or you can go into my link in my bio and scroll all the way to the bottom to Goddess Goods. Hey, beautiful, I've been listening to your podcast and I love it. I started at the beginning. Yes, God. Thank you, Stephanie, for going and listening. Thank you. I will be updating my podcast and updating a lot more episodes there. Speak those things as not as if they were. Yes, God, let me go find you on TikTok. Yes, TikTok, my name over on TikTok, I am Millionaire Meg, the Yes Godcast, or my handle is Everything is Perfect Life. Okay. And so that handle is a testament to what I'm talking about right now. One of the most powerful ways that we can begin to change the circumstances of our life is to first accept the circumstances of our life as perfect. Even though we may not feel like they're perfect, it may not look like they're perfect, we can say, God, thank you for allowing this circumstance to be what it is. Thank you for allowing this circumstance to serve me, even if I don't know how it's here to serve me yet. I am open to the infinite possibilities and the infinite perspectives that show me how this can be of service for me. The name of my podcast is the Yes Godcast. So it's yes, and then Godcast. Okay, so radical acceptance is a way that we remove the repellent energy, because when we are wanting and wishing and hoping and needing something to be different, we are actually tethering ourselves to that thing that we want to change. Okay, because we have a high emotional connection to it. The sweet spot for manifestation, the sweet spot for things to change is neutrality. How do we get neutral about something? Is we accept it, right? I accept that my name's Megan. I accept that I have curly hair, right? I accept things about myself. And in that acceptance, it's no longer a big deal to me, right? And so this is what needs to happen with circumstances that you're not okay with. The more that you can accept them and be okay with them, the more their charge goes away and the more room that God has to come in and change things and shift things. Hey, Dope Soul CJ, I see you over here on TikTok now. Okay. Thank you for replying to me when I shared why I am mad at God. You're so welcome. I used to be mad at God too. I actually have a blog post. I have a blog as well, y'all. It's called, if you go to the transformationperiod.com, you will see my blog there. I've been making blog posts for years. I have all the things in all the places. Okay. So, check that out if you're interested. Thank you, Nyla, for continuing to post and like and tell everybody to share and encourage everybody. Radical acceptance helped me to heal for sure. Yes. Because I like to look at everything from an energetic perspective, right? I am a student of energy. I want to know how energy works because energy is the basis of everything, right? Everything is energetic. Everything is vibration, even this table. Right? It feels like it's solid. It feels like it's here, but it has energetic roots, just like anything else. So I am a root person. Let's get to the root cause. Let's figure out what is the root of this thing. Because when we can change the root, we can change the fruit. Give me 1 second, y'all. I need to blow my nose. Well, not blow it, but like itch it. I'm gonna be digging my nose on camera. Help push out the live to the FYP by sending popular votes. Yes, thank you, Nyla. Thank you. Okay, so The reason why we are angry at God is because we don't understand necessarily how energy works yet, okay? And the thing is that God is always saying yes to us, right? The answer is always yes. However, it's not yes to the things we're saying out of our mouth. It's yes to the inner dialogue that's happening in our head. It's yes to the bracing that the nervous system has, okay? So when the nervous system, even if you say, I'm open to abundance, I'm open to the infinite possibilities, but in your mind, you're like, but I'm still preparing because the shoe's going to drop any other minute. That's what God is saying yes to. God is not saying yes to what you're proclaiming. God is saying yes to what you are internally expecting. Okay? I would also love to know more about energy. Yes, God. I highly recommend the book called Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson. It is amazing. It blew my consciousness way open, and I really began to understand how important and how powerful everything is. Okay? My words, my thoughts, my actions, my inner expectations. Okay? So the way that we begin to train our mind not to be lazy is to first be aware of how demanding the mind is and how much control the mind wants to take over us. What's the name? The name of the book is called Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson. That's Dodson. It's called Levels of Energy, and it is amazing. It is on Audible. So I highly recommend you check it out. I have the paper copy of the book, paperback copy. Completely changed my life. Completely. 1000%. Okay. So the way that we start to have a stronger, more disciplined mind is first by being aware of the mind. Thank you, Nyla. I'm going to go ahead and pin this comment if I can. Can I do that here? I don't know if I can do that here, but I'm going to mirror my video too. All right. Hold it down. Okay, hold it down. I did. And then I see comment settings. Let's go under comment settings. Maybe it's here. Let me try it again. I don't see pin. I see reply to Nyla. I see translate. I see mark viewer. I see mute account, block account, report. Then when I go into comment settings, I see allow comments, mask comments, filter comments, blocked keywords, show the most sent comments, mute rules. I don't see pin comment. I know I can see it over on Instagram when I hit the comment. What if I just do a click little? Let's see if I do. What if I click that? Okay, that'll be one of my to-dos is I am going to, once I get off this live, I will take some time to look up how I can pin comments on TikTok. Okay, so if anyone needs that, again, you want that, go ahead and message me and I'll send you the book. Okay, I'll send you the name of the book. All right, so allowing ourselves not to be lazy in mind means that first and foremost, we limit the distractions. Okay, we limit the distractions of our mind. We limit the distractions of our consciousness. I see I have a new message. What is that? Oh, this is, okay. Okay. All right. So being mindful to really pay attention to your thoughts all day long. What am I thinking? How is this making me feel? Is this absolutely true? Another book that's good is The Work by Byron Katie, and she has a list of kind of like 3 questions where she examines each thought. Is this true? Is this absolutely true? And then something else. I don't remember right now. But that book is about exactly what I'm talking about. It's about how to move out of lazy thinking into intentional thinking, okay? And this is where intentional reality selection comes in, because we are being intentional about being disciplined mentally, okay? Being mindful of the thoughts that we're thinking and being mindful to reprogram those thoughts so that they are in alignment with the circumstances that we want to see unfold, not the ones that we are not wanting to be a part of anymore. Thank you for sharing the book Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson. You're so welcome. Okay, so I'm going to pin that. See, I can pin it on IG. Sorry, what was the name of the book you just mentioned? Yep, it's called Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson. Okay. And I'm not home right now. Normally it's within reach of me and I would just hold it up and hold it. But when I come on live tomorrow, I'll share it again. Okay. Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson. The other one is called The Work by Katie Byron. Hold on, let me make sure I'm saying her name right. Yes. The Work by Katie Byron. Okay. Let me just make sure that's the actual. Okay. Okay, excuse me. The book is called, hold on. It's called Loving What Is, 4 Questions That Can Change Your Life by Katie Byron, Byron. All right. So here are the 4 questions. Okay. Thank you, Nyla. And sorry for giving the wrong name. It's called Loving What Is, 4 Questions That Can Change Your Life. Now, keep in mind what I just said. Radical acceptance is the key because you're neutralizing your energy. Loving what is, right? Doesn't that sound like radical acceptance? So these are the 4 questions, okay? Is it true? That's the first question. Number 2 is, can you absolutely know it's true? Okay, which the answer to that is always no. Number 3, how do you react? And then the number 4 question is, who would you be without this thoughts? Okay, and then in the book, she teaches you how to explore turnarounds, which is basically what I'm talking about. It's a reframe, right? It's a reframe that you're able to do, but this takes practice, guys. And this is what I'm saying about laziness. Just like your muscles are not going to be built and, you're not going to have results if you're not being consistent about your movement, being consistent about your diet. We have to do the same thing with our mind. And being consistent and disciplined about your mind is going to give you far greater results than being consistent about your actions ever could. Okay? God flowing through you. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. And that is my intention. This is something that I do literally every single day. Okay? One thing I didn't leave home without was this is my scripting book where I create my reality. I select my reality, okay? I script my days as if they have already happened with all of the outcomes that I prefer to experience, okay? So today I had some sessions with clients and I said, I love that I had such an amazing, wait, where did it go? Oh, did I start the other way? What did I do? Oh, I know what I did because my daughter scribbled on it. And I'm a little OCD. So I was like, I'm not writing on that page. Let me skip a couple. So today, right, today I had a meeting with clients. Okay. So this is what I scripted. I scripted this morning. Okay. You can see the date. The date is 1/18. Where is it? 1/18/26, right? Yesterday's date, 1/17/26. So in the morning, what I do is I thank God for the outcomes that I desire, even before the day plays itself out, okay? Loving What Is by Byron Katie introduces the 4 work. Yes, on Amazon. Yep, you can absolutely get it on Amazon. So today I said, thank you for this amazing transformative session with my client, okay? Thank you for the divine ideas and solutions that are discovered today. Okay. Notice I'm not putting too much. I'm not focusing on the how. I'm simply focusing on the what. Okay. I'm not going to burden myself and I'm not going to mind God's business by thinking that I have to dictate how things play out. I'm just going to be clear about what I would like to play out. Okay. Thank you for the conversations that unfold. Thank you for the wonderful response that my client had. Thank you for the wonderful testimonials that happened in my school community. By the way, all of these things happen. I literally got an email today that this person that I wrote before I even had this session with her, she literally went and gave me a 5-star Google review today based on our session. Okay. So if that's not divine ideas and solutions happening, okay, I had no idea what this call was going to be about, kind of what we were going to be discussing, but I made sure to be intentional, right? I disciplined my mind to conceive of the outcome that I wanted before it actually happened, okay? And this is what I mean about laziness of mind being the culprit. Life is not here for us to just be responding to. We are always at all times co-creating our reality with God through our thoughts, through our expectations. Hey sis, I love you. I'm so happy to see you here. Yes, God. So when we co-create with our thoughts, with our intentions, it makes sense that we need to be disciplined about what are our intentions. What are our intentions for this day, right? Now, my intention is to have a cold and get over it immediately. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about how miserable and how bad I feel and how, I'm going to say, thank you, God, for this miraculous recovery. Thank you for this amazing immune system. Thank you for all of these wonderful ways I was able to rest and hydrate myself, right? I'm going to talk about I'm going to align my speech. I'm going to align my thinking with the result that I want versus lamenting and complaining about what I don't want. Because lamenting and complaining is co-creating. I'm going to say that again. Lamenting and complaining is co-creating with God. God is always saying yes. So we have to be mindful about what are we giving God to say yes to. I love your content. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you love my content. Okay. We're always co-creating with God. What are we co-creating about? If we are constantly ruminating about the past or worrying about the future, we are co-creating more of the same. When we are thinking and praising and speaking those things that are not as if they were, we are co-creating that. Okay? And this takes discipline. This takes repetition. This takes intention. This takes mental discipline. Okay. One of my favorite ways of doing that is through writing, because when I'm writing, there is a connection that's happening with my mind, body, and my spirit, right? Because I have to think of the words before I say them. And then I'm bringing my body into it with the act of writing, not typing on a phone, but actually physically writing on a paper. There's a connection between my nervous system and my mind and my spirit that's happening. So writing is a beautiful way to allow your creativity, allow your imagination to conceptualize what it is that you want to experience. Okay. And I share this with my email list today. And I also share this inside of my school community, the Quantum Prayer Circle. Okay. Which, by the way, if you're interested in really committing to this work and really reprogramming yourself, reprogramming your mind, reprogramming your identity to remember that you are already one with God, already whole, perfect, and divine, come and join us inside the school community, the Quantum Prayer Circle. You wake up every morning to a new prayer, affirming your identity. Every day you should be listening to the weekly self-concept rampage that is in there. We do a bi-weekly masterclass every other week. And then there's a 7-day identity reset in there. There's tons of courses. We do a lot of day-to-day communication with one another. So if you're interested in working more closely with me, highly recommend you come and join us inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Okay. Oh, snap. I never realized the power of that. Ooh, snap. The power of what, Miss Kamari? Also, we are doing a identity recalibration retreat. I'm going to repeat this because Instagram is bugging. We are doing a identity recalibration retreat later this year. So please go ahead and take a moment to fill out the survey, to give your input on where you'd like to go, what your budget looks like, what your time availability looks like. It's a $44 a month investment for the community. Yes. Yep. It's a $44 a month investment, and which is a lot less expensive than therapy and other modalities that really kind of reiterate what it is that we don't want. And the only reason I bring that up is because I've had a lot of clients say to me, wow, working with you has been able to get me better results than the 2 years of therapy I've been paying for, which has been very expensive. So yes, it is a $44 investment inside of the school community. Excuse me. All right. But it's amazing. Okay, writing, hand to paper, and the mind and body working with the element of earth materials. Yes, like Erykah Badu used to say, use lead. Exactly. And it's also in scripture as well, right? Write the vision and make it plain. Write the vision and make it plain. Okay? Be very clear with yourself on a day-to-day basis. Okay? This is not something that you just do a couple times and now you've arrived. This is a lifestyle. This is not just, oh, I'm going to do it for this circumstance and that circumstance. You have to be aware and mindful of the fact that you are constantly co-creating with God in every moment. Okay? You are co-creating with God through your imagination at every waking moment. So be sure to make sure that your imagination is fixed on the things that you would rather experience rather than the things that you may currently be experiencing or don't want to experience anymore. All right? It's very, very important. It's very, very powerful. Okay? So laziness of mind is a lot more devastational to your circumstance than laziness of hands. This is why you'll have people who will put a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of discipline. They show up, but they still don't have the results they want. Why? Because their mind is still running a different program. I talked about this the other morning. It's a different operating system, right? You have to upgrade your operating system if you want access to all the new features. You have to update your identity if you want access to all of the blessings of God. You can't be saying that, hey, I'm open to your abundance. I'm open to your prosperity. I'm open to being a vessel of divine light and love on earth for you, God, while in your mind, you are still bracing yourself for impact. You are still preparing yourself for worst case scenario. Those two things are not in alignment. Okay, facts. That's how I receive the amazing dwelling I am now living. I must remind myself, yes, God. Exactly. And if you think about, when you give yourself a moment to reflect on the times in your life where you got some great news or something amazing happened, right? It was typically when you weren't really giving it that much attention, right? You were in the spot of neutrality. You made your intention clear and then you let it go. Right? That's when good news typically comes. When you're not holding on and making sure and trying to force. When you allow things to breathe is when they have space to grow, right? Just like you don't plant a seed and then you dig it up and say, I wonder if it's doing what it's supposed to do. Is it germinating yet? Is it doing this? No, you plant it, you water it, you give it the right conditions, right? And the right condition in this case is our mind, is our thoughts. Okay. And again, this is what the quantum prayer circle is about, because we want to make sure that we are keeping that right perspective every single day. So what I ask my quantum prayer circle members to do is first thing when they wake up in the morning, before you open Instagram, before you open a TikTok, before you open your text messages, before you check emails and be concerned with what everybody else needs from you, you pour into your own cup. You fill your own consciousness with your desired reality, with thanksgiving for all of the things that you are wanting to see come into your circumstances, okay? And from time to time, I read that same note. Yes. And so give yourself permission to be okay with what is. Not even just be okay with what is, be grateful for what is. Even though it may not be exactly what you want, because guess what? I bet it's better than where you used to be, right? Sometimes the human nature is that once we attain something that we've been wanting, we kind of don't want it anymore. It's kind of like, oh, okay, this is normal. Okay. It's not that big of a deal, right? It's only a big deal because you perceive it as something separate from you. So what you do in order to, the new thing that you want, right? You give yourself permission to be okay with where things are now. And you remove that energetic resistance to the thing. All right. I'm still in fight, flight, and my discernment has took over my life. I'm always watching everything now. Siona, I would highly recommend you come join us in the Quantum Prayer Circle. Okay, because part of this is regulating your nervous system, especially if you're coming from a place of experiencing a lot of trauma. You want to first and foremost get yourself, learn how to become more regulated. That's actually the next masterclass that we're going to be doing next week inside of the prayer circle. And let me scroll up to my notes to give you the exact name of it. Our next masterclass on 125 inside the Quantum Prayer Circle is how safety in the body restores clarity, authority, and choice. Okay? Because when you can restore yourself to a place of regulation, it becomes very easy to recognize when you are becoming dysregulated and the culprit of those things. Okay? But the first step is to become regulated in yourself. All right. And one of the easiest ways that you can do that is to begin to spend time in stillness and quiet. Okay. You begin to spend time witnessing the mind and how it wants to lead and control you down a hole of despair, and how it wants to tell you you're not enough, and it's not good enough, and it's never going to be good enough, and it's too late, and who do you think you are, right? The ego mind is never satisfied with anything. And that's how you know it's the ego mind. So if you have a voice that is not satisfied and is that telling you you're not enough, you know that is not the voice of God. Okay? The voice of God comes and has space to come and be heard when we give ourselves permission not to be distracted by other things, like the phone, like the TV, like the movies, like the television shows, like the music, okay? Like the saying, when you get what you want, make sure that that's what you wanted. Exactly. That's good. On time word. Yes, God. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. Yes, regulation is so important. I had to do it today, and I had scrolled through my page till I saw an old post I posted that said, I'm going to read it again because it froze. Yes, regulation is so important. I had to do it today, and I scrolled through my page till I saw an old post I posted said, you are enough. And I stared at it for like 2 minutes. Yes. So what I recommend is when you wake up in the morning and the first time you see a mirror, you look yourself in your eyes and you say, I am enough. I am worthy. I am perfect. I am whole. I am complete. I am enough. I am worthy, I am perfect, I am whole, I am complete. Begin to speak these words to yourself, through yourself. I am enough, I am perfect, I am worthy, I am whole, I am complete. There was a sermon in my church today that a woman of God preached. Yes, God. Yes, I am enough. I am perfect. I am worthy. I am whole, and I am complete. Okay, so we have to be very, again, this takes discipline. Okay, I'm not talking about getting up and doing something physical. I'm talking about getting up and doing something mental. All right, mental discipline is going to take you farther than physical discipline ever could. Okay, because our consciousness precedes our experiences. If we perceive that it's not going to work out, that it's going to go bad, that it's going to go left, probably will. But if we start to be disciplined about forcing that mind to consider a positive outcome, the best case scenario, okay, what happens is your circumstances start to follow suit. Your circumstances are always following suit of your innermost dialogue and your innermost expectations. Okay, doesn't matter what's coming out of your mouth. Because if you are coming out of your mouth all of these positive words and these positive affirmations, but inside you are still bracing yourself for impact, God is saying yes to what's happening internally. God is not saying yes to what's happening externally. So I don't forget, I am enough, I am perfect, I am worthy, I am whole, and I am complete. Yes. Yep. Hey, I have been warning with stillness, wrestling ADHD. The woman preaches about stillness and peace. Yes, because think about be still and know. Okay. There's also a theory that ADHD is not a real thing. It's actually just that we're so overstimulated because we have access to so much information now in this technology age. Now, I'm not going to give my opinion on that either way, but I think that, we have been so accustomed and been used to normalizing tons of distractions. We got YouTube, we got social media, we got this, we got that, we got we got all these things vying for our attention, and now all of a sudden we have ADHD. No, we don't have an attention deficit disorder. We have an intention deficit disorder. We're not making enough clear intentions about what we want our life to look like, because we are allowing all the other things in the world to take our most precious currency that we have away from us, which is our attention. Our attention is what precedes our reality. Warring. Okay. Yes, God. All right. So let's reframe that. Instead of saying I have attention deficit disorder, how about I am working to be more intentional about what it is that I am looking to experience, right? Intention deficit. So let's close that gap. Let's start tomorrow morning, or even start tonight, right? Even before you go to bed. I am looking forward to having a beautiful day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to having a morning that is clear, where I am sitting still, where I am allowing myself to witness my mind, where I am allowing myself to write out how my day is going to unfold. And just like I advise my clients today, incorporate things in your day. If you have a doctor's appointment, you got a dentist, you got to go get the car fixed, you got to go whatever it is in your day, write that into your day, okay? I had an amazing visit at the doctor today. I had an amazing visit at the mechanic today. I had an amazing drive to blah, blah, blah today, okay? Actually begin to incorporate what is actually happening in your real life, because this is not fantasy woo-woo makeup stuff, okay? This is real life. I am not about, yes, I'm about woo-woo stuff, but I'm all about practical application. I'm a systems girly, okay? What is the system? What is the root cause? How can we create the system that will be able to contain the flow? Okay, because masculine and feminine coexist with one another. People like to say that masculine is man and feminine is woman. No, that's bullshit, okay? Masculine and feminine work together. The masculine creates the frame, the container, and then the feminine is allowed to flow within that container, okay? I experienced ADHD. I was undiagnosed for a long time and unmedicated. I denied for years, but I can cognitively reframe it according to the Holy Spirit. Do you have any certification classes? I do have certification in my V-steaming certification, but not in this particularly yet. But if that is something that God is leading me to do, God will make that very clear and plain to me. And a lot of times how God speaks to me is through other people. So you even suggesting that, maybe I will start to give my attention to that and see what unfolds from that. So thank you for that question. Okay. This is what I need bad is discipline. And it's remember, it's mental discipline, okay? Because mental discipline is what precedes the physical discipline, okay? Because when you start to tell yourself, I am amazing, I am abundant, I am fit, I am healthy, I am prosperous in thinking, I am prosperous in mind, what happens when you start to claim that identity, the ways will be revealed to you. Okay, so we can take the pressure and the burden off of ourselves of trying to always figure out how things are going to unfold. Let God tell you how things are going to unfold. Your only responsibility is to be clear about what it is that you would like to see unfold. A system is essential. Yes, God, absolutely. It absolutely is. Would you be willing to pray for my new season? I'm Lexi. Absolutely. Tell me what your new season is and what the direction you're trying to move in. And by the way, if you are a Quantum Prayer Circle member, you have access to me and my customized prayers every single day. Just a note. Highly recommend you come through and you at least try it out for a month. It's amazing. I was just asking God how things are going to unfold. I know what I want, and I don't see the way. And that's a perfect place to be. So what I would say is write out, I love that this happened. I love that that happened. I love that this is now my reality. God, thank you for making clear my direction. Thank you for making clear my next steps. God has told me all the answered prayers are showing up. Yes, God. I will prayerfully move with intention and maybe still refill the medication soon. I think there's a balance, like Apostle Paul had a thorn in his side. It was there with a purpose. Medical issues. Yes. Yes. Everything has a purpose. Okay. Someone asked me to pray for them. Okay. God has told me all the answers. Prayers are showing up. Okay. So, dear God, we are thanking you right now in advance for all of the breakthroughs that Lexi is having. We are thanking you right now in advance for guiding her mind to be able to conceive of all the infinite possibilities that are available to her. We are thanking you right now in advance for the good news that is happening. We are thanking you right now in advance for all of the miracles that are unfolding. We're thanking you right now in advance for all of the abundance that is coming to her in unexpected and expected ways. We are thanking you right now for making her path very clear and plain to her. We are thanking you right now for allowing her to still and quiet her mind so that she can begin to witness her thoughts. We are thanking you right now for allowing her to take power and control over her thoughts and guide them and lead them in the direction that you would have them go, God. We are thanking you right now in advance for allowing Lexi to be a divine vessel of your love and your light on this earth, God, that you would continue to use the gifts that she already has within her. We're thanking you in advance for allowing her to reveal to herself and to witness and discover in herself all of the amazing offerings that she has for this world, God. And we know that in return, in compensation for those gifts that she freely shares with the world, God, that she will be compensated and she will be rewarded with the desires of her heart, God. Yes, God. Okay. Excuse me. For my family too, my name is Rod. For the Rodriguez family, for health, wealth, and favor. In and out. You're so welcome. Dear God, we are thanking you right now in advance for the Rodriguez family, for their continued health, for their continued compensation, for their continued wealth, as they would come together as a family and identify not only their individual divine purposes and assignments on this earth, but their collective purposes and assignments on this earth as a family, God. We pray that you would reveal to them, God. We pray that you would continue to show them all the things they have to be grateful for, starting right here and now with the very breath that they have access to, God. Starting right now with the heartbeat that they have access to, God. Thank you for continuing to reveal to them that they have everything they need within them, and all they need to exhibit is discipline, the faith in the size of a mustard seed, God. That they don't have to be responsible and burdened with figuring it all out, God. That you would be able to come through and show them through your divine ways, through your intuitive nudges, God. Okay. All right, God. Yes, God. Thank you for helping her hold captive any and all non-beneficial thoughts. Yes, God. Yes, I love the chiming in. Do you suggest scripting, visualizing my day on my own, or include my kid? My kiddo is working on being more positive, but sometimes doesn't believe it will be good. It will be a good day. Any thoughts? I would say start with yourself first. Okay. We always want to make sure that we are giving from the overflow and never the cup. Okay. So I always give this example. There's a saucer, there's a cup. You should only be giving from your saucer, which means that your cup should be overflowing so that there is something in your saucer. So just like they say on the airplane, secure your mask, make sure that you can breathe so that you have the capacity to serve others, okay? That includes your children. Make sure that you are secured, you are whole, okay? You are in a place of abundance and overflow so that now you can give from that overflow, because you never want to give from your cup. Your cup is for you. I am so grateful for you too. My throat is talking to me, telling me it's time to wrap it up. I am so grateful for spending a few moments together this evening with you. I would love to see you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Like I said, in there, we do a daily prayer. So if you come to me with your issues and your circumstances, you will get a recorded prayer that you can literally listen to on repeat. All of my prayers and self-concept rampages are in unlisted YouTube links. Okay. I'll do this one more prayer, and then I can't do any more because my voice is telling me it's time to stop. Okay. Dear God, we are praying for Yoli right now. We are praying that you would allow her to receive divine guidance, divine inspiration on the ways that she can serve, God, whether it be a job, God, whether it be a business, God, whatever it is, God, we pray that you would continue to reveal to her and show her that through her gratitude, through her expressing thanksgiving in advance, God, that it will be revealed to her how she can help to serve other people. We pray that you would continue to reveal to her that she is compensated based on the value that she offers, God. And please show her that her value is not just found in how she can offer in a job. It may be shown in the compliments that she gives to someone walking down the street, the kindness that she exudes to a stranger, the apology that she may give to someone that is owed. Thank you for revealing to her that in order to be compensated, that she must recognize that she has so many brilliant and divine gifts inside of her. Please make clear to her all of the ways in which she can share those gifts with others, God. Okay. And we thank you in advance for allowing her to continue to receive her divine supply from you, God, whether it comes from a job, whether it comes from a random check in the mail, whether it comes, no matter how it comes, God, thank you for allowing her to see that her abundance and her supply is not coming from a particular circumstance. It is coming through that circumstance from you, God. Thank you for allowing all of us to see that our abundance and our supply is not coming from any particular circumstance. It is coming through that circumstance. And there are infinite possibilities and infinite ways that you can bring abundance to us, God. You can bring prosperity to us, God. You can bring abundance through us, God. And thank you for first allowing us to recognize all of the abundance and prosperity we currently have access to by way of the fact that we can take a breath, by way of the fact that our heart is beating, God. We are thanking you so much right now, and we are asking you to forgive us for taking that for granted, God. We have been taking for granted all of this abundance that you have granted us that we didn't have to earn, we didn't have to pay for, we didn't have to prove worthiness for. We are already worthy, whole, and enough, God. So thank you for allowing us to see all of the ways in which we are worthy, whole, and enough. Thank you for allowing all of us to see all of the ways in which we are valuable, that we have value to offer to first ourselves, then to the people in our immediate surroundings, and then eventually to the world, God. Thank you for allowing us to fill up our own cups so that we have enough of the overflow to offer to others, God. Yes, God. All right. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Let me... Hold on. Ticky, tacky. You playing games. Okay. Yes, God. Thank you for being here. You're so welcome. If you want to check out any of these replays, please go ahead over to my YouTube channel, Yes God Wellness. All of my replays are being uploaded. I have a nice little system that I'm doing that with. Check out my Yes Godcast podcast, anywhere podcasts are listened to. Please go and fill out the survey, for the identity recalibration retreat that is happening later this year. Join us in the Quantum Prayer Circle. We are doing this work every day. That is where we are training the mind to be strong and to be in control and to command our circumstances. Instead of reacting to life, we are understanding that we are co-creators with God. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the engagement. I look forward to seeing you, and have a beautiful evening, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.